Hi. I want to share a bit about a realization I had in regard to a experience I am living and participating in since really some years already. So it's not that it's like since 3 years all the same. It is something that is accumulating. So it was more in the past few months where it became quite heavy. So I'm speaking about a experience in regards to my work, but it's expanding in terms of now I am like almost all the day in it. It's like a shadow that is following me, and it's an experience of feeling like there's no meaning to my life. My life consists of only I must do things. And as I said, it was not always like this. It's like progressing and becoming more and more, so that in the recent times it was even like I must eat, I must take a shower, so everything became something that I must do and where I drag myself. So the person I am, I do the stuff I have to do, but I was constantly in this experience of having to do, pushing myself through the experience. I would push, but I would not let go of the experience around it. And I had a very, very awesome moment with a friend. I was speaking about this with her, and it was very fascinating because in her presence as I was speaking, it was like a door opened up and I started to cry. And I could not help myself. It was like I was not able to not cry. And I realized that it's all the emotional stuff that I have suppressed, because as I was living in that state, I would suppress my emotions. So I would go into this I'm functioning mode, and so what I realized is that I have denied the first step that I did. I was denying my honesty. And I'm not speaking about honesty as a good thing. Honesty is what honestly comes up in our minds. So I was denying that to myself, like, I hate it, or I feel, I must work. So just to give it a more context to it, I am working at the place where I'm working now since 17 years. I am working and taking care of my life since 20 years. So I could say it's almost like a midlife crisis or so. But I was that experience, that emotional experience, I started to deny it to myself. I was just like, no, I don't have any emotions. But I started to feel more and more dead inside myself. I was just a robot doing what I should do, what I was supposed to do, what I had to do, all the stuff that is connected to survival and taking care of myself. So even like taking a shower was like, yeah, I have to do it. And in other words, I can say I have forgotten completely like that there could be like a fun part about life. There was like I didn't experience almost nothing. There was like nothing that was really enjoyment for me. Even the things that earlier I knew it was like enjoyment for me to do this stopped to be that. It was like everything became like and as I said, I realized that in that moment when I had this conversation with my friend, and I could not deny my honesty. My honesty came out. So my tears was the honesty that I was denying. And in most how do you say, like psychological programs where you kind of realize yourself, and so honesty is like the top that you have to reach, like be yourself and don't deny yourself. But within the Destiny I process, the real shit, there is a step beyond that, and that is self-honesty. And I realized in that moment that, when I deny my honesty to myself, there's no way I will be able to reach self-honesty. Because to reach self-honesty, we must face our honesty first. Honesty is when you admit to yourself what is really going on in your mind. And self-honesty is taking responsibility for your mind. And then I also, within that, I realized that, feeling like dead and having that experience of feeling like a robot, a zombie, just doing what I have to do, was really a consequential outflow of denying my honesty. Because when you walk your process and you face your honesty and you reach self-honesty, this is the place where your real self begins. So in separating myself, even within the point of honesty, I was separating myself deeper from my self-honesty. So I was really separating myself from myself. And so having that experience of feeling like dead, yeah, this is the consequence of it. If you separate yourself from yourself, you feel dead. Yeah, and I'm very grateful that for that moment of crying, because it was really an actual opening. I can say that I was stuck in the experience, so I was so used to deny myself that I could not find the point anymore. You know, I lost myself, literally, in an experience. And so that moment where I opened up and I started to cry, oof, that was, maybe not in the moment itself, but now afterwards. I'm very grateful for that. And so I'm now able to really face my honesty. Like I feel like a victim. Am I really a victim? Why? You know, what is it giving to me, this experience of I feel like a slave. I have to work, very victimized. So why am I doing that? You know, when I look at my life, for instance, you see there's so much dishonesty in it. You know, I'm working since 20 years. Well, look at the point that I, for instance, was also taking care of anyone else around me, or when I look at my partners, I would always earn more money than my partners, and I would, for instance, have this deep desire within me to have once a partner that earns more money than me, but rather that one partner that is able to take care of me, that I don't have to work, I don't have to feel like an slave, and having that that, how do you say in English, sugar daddy, who is taking care of you. And when I face this point, how self-dishonest this is, because I never went for it, like for real, in my life. I was never really looking like for a guy who earns a lot of money, because I do not really want to give that position up of having a job where I earn good money. And I am really actually able to generate specific energies within it, like I am responsible for everything. So the question is, why do I do that? Why do I want to be responsible for everyone around me, and why do I then feel like that takes on me, like sucking on my blood equals money, and I have just to work and take care of everyone and everything, and then I can again like collapse and feel like a victim. Interesting questions. So all those questions opened up for me. So yeah, that's very cool to finally being again here, being at this point where I haven't it's here. I have to face my honesty and this experience of work. Why do I create that experience for myself? So yes, there's no denial anymore. I will share as I walk, and thanks, bye.